Something like sudden cardiac arrest, you prepare for it, but when it happens, it's just like the title, it's very sudden and it just kind of happens out of the blue.
I mean, you hear the stories, you see the things on TV with DeMar Hamlin, and you never think it's going to happen.
I mean, this is my 28th year of coaching high school football. You know, I don't know. You read on that stuff and people say it's a 1 in 13 million chance of happening, and for that to happen on, you know, our football field.
It's a normal day, going through our special teams and going through our scripts, so just a normal football practice. Spencer was participating on the scout team, and it was just a block. And I walked over and I started to call his name. I was like, Spence, Spence, Spence. And at that point, I realized that we have an issue here.
When I was running up, I saw him doing CPR, and the only thing I could think about was, where's the AED?
Adam Wallstrom, Amy, Rodney, all were able to get it hooked up, and it was able to start telling us what to do.
On that Wednesday, I was actually in my office at the hospital, and my husband called me, and he said, I have a player down, he's not responsive, and I started CPR. When EMS showed up, they hooked him up to their monitor, and they said, hey, we have a rhythm, we have a pulse, and we have a blood pressure. And it was the most pivotal moment for me because I thought, oh my gosh, these football coaches, without any medical training, just saved this kid's life.
Just being a coach, there's a level of if something's going to happen, you're the one that's going to take the initiative.
Spencer's case is actually very impressive. He was hit in the chest in the middle of a football field, and ultimately he was lucky because his coaches were trained in CPR and they had an AED near the field. His CPR was prompt, it was effective, and he ended up getting shocked twice because of ventricular fibrillation, which technically saved his life.
I think a lot of folks, when they hear AED, they get a bit intimidated, but an AED is kind of in a cardiac emergency or heart emergency, it's kind of like your best friend because it'll tell you exactly what you need to do.
In the hospital, like once he was up and moving around, he was out. We were at the atrium in the 6th floor and he kept saying, why did this happen to me? Why is this happening? And I was like, but I don't know. But we have two choices. We can dwell on it or we can make a difference. And he was like, I want to make sure this never happens to anybody else.
I think the day that we got out of the hospital was the day that we started to really want to run with this mission. He wants to change lives, you know, he wants to impact the community with his involvement. 48% people don't respond. They don't know what to do. They don't call 911. They don't do anything. They just stand there.
My new purpose is to just make sure everybody's trained, and if my foundation can help in any way, that's our goal, is to spread awareness, get AEDs, and just training for CPR for schools that don't have it. I just want to make sure if someone's in my shoes, they have the best outcome.